In this video, I want to tell you the number one thing you can do that will easily increase your chances of success fourfold, fivefold, sixfold. And there's a lot of different things that you can do that can increase your success. And it's not just coming from me, it's coming from me studying a lot of the most successful people ever. However, I want to talk about the number one thing. Now, what is it? It's meditation. Now, first off, I used to hate meditation. Well, not hate it. I really just didn't have an opinion on it. About 6 months ago, I had no opinion on meditation. I just thought it was a cool thing, I guess. You know, people did it. And I'm sure that's the opinion that the average person has on meditation. They don't have an opinion on it. However, what I found is that meditation is something that an incredible amount of successful people have. And eventually there hit a critical mass point where at that point I realized enough people were doing this that were successful in all sorts of different areas that this was really worth my time. More so than that, I found people who had achieved ridiculous levels of success in life, and they were in completely different industries, different genres, different fields in life, and they attributed meditation to their success. And that just blew my mind. And they said a lot of the same stuff, some very jarring stuff, like this is probably the number one thing that has attributed to my success. Now that's incredible. Out of all the different factors to attribute this to success. Now, this gets you thinking, really. It gets me thinking because it makes me wonder. There's a lot of people who have achieved a certain level of success. But, having understood this, I realized that even they could do better if they picked up things like meditation or other things that I've learned over the years. And, a great book to get started if you are not fully convinced and you want to learn more about the science of meditation and how it can help your body, or just stories about how meditation has changed someone, you can read the books of the hip hop mogul, the hip hop artist Russell Simmons. Now this guy is at the heart of rap and hip hop, having helped numerous successful artists achieve the success that they have. And this man wrote a couple books. The ones I recommend are Super Rich and Success Through Stillness. The latter is focused primarily on meditation. And this is a story about a man who has achieved a lot of wealth, a lot of success in a lot of areas. And both of these books were written because he was asked by so many people, friends, family, how did he achieve the success he did? And the second one, Success Through Stillness, is where he really just went straight towards meditation because he has attributed all of his success to this. And it's such an incredible story because he didn't pick up meditation until he was already a certain level of success. And when he started getting into it, he thought it was a complete joke. He thought it was ridiculous. And his opinion completely changed. He thought meditation was a waste of time and would ruin his life. And in reality, it made him 10 times more successful. In so many different areas. He was doing hard drugs. He couldn't keep his mind straight. When he tried to go to sleep, he had all these thoughts whirring in his brain. Now that's a huge problem. I was watching an interview of Justin Bieber by Oprah Winfrey, and Justin Bieber, he said that each time he tried to go to sleep, he would close his eyes, but he would constantly have thousands of thoughts that would keep him awake. I mean, if you can imagine his life, constantly with paparazzi and all this attention and, never a moment of peace and alone time, you can imagine the constant amount of noise. So I think even he would very well be helped if he could calm himself and be able to clear his mind like that and focus through meditation. And now it takes practice to get better at this, but I just find that incredible. And here I am, a guy who 6 months ago, like the average person, didn't care much about it. So after, reading these books and hearing about this, I thought this is really cool. This is really great. And then I started to realize the health benefits to meditation as well. It lowers your blood pressure. It helps you breathe better. It, clears your mind and makes your mind sharper. Literally, Russell Simmons said that if it wasn't for meditation, he would be slurred in his dialogue. He wouldn't be able to talk straight. He wouldn't be able to think well. He would be thinking very slow, and his whole mind would be mush because he had done so many hard drugs that it had warped his mind. And he was saved, and he got away from that because of meditation. Meditation allowed him to move away from those drugs as well as sharpen his mind again. Otherwise, his mind would be complete mush after all those drugs. He admits it himself. So that's just incredible. In addition to this, I thought this was all right, all good. And, in the book, he details a lot of celebrities he has introduced to meditation, including Ellen DeGeneres and so forth, as well as a lot of successful people who already do meditation. Oprah Winfrey, and on and on and on. So I thought, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. And I never really thought much more of it. And then, because what I tend to do a lot is I learn a lot from successful people, whether through books or videos or speeches online, whatever it is. And guess what? I'm starting to hear more and more of this about how successful people meditate. Not all of them do, but a lot do. So I'm just like, oh, this is very interesting. And, again, I recommend you checking out Russell Simmons' book because, whatever bad things or preconceived notions you have about meditation that hold you back, like thinking it's a religious thing, he kind of dispels it in the book. He explains in his book, Success Through Stillness, which I'll leave descriptions in and detailed links in the description of this video. He describes how all of these things are not true. Meditation it's not a religious thing. It's just a process with which you can clear, focus, and calm your mind, and do so much more than that as well. So here goes the story. From there, I learned about quite a few very successful people who, surprise, meditate. Tim Ferriss, A 4 Hour Work Week. Then I learned about the president of Pixar. He meditates a lot, and he encourages his employees and his team to do so. I read his book. It's called Creativity Inc. And it's just this incredible story about how he has, worked really hard to create and come up with a story and release all the big films that you've heard of, all the big animated films that you've heard of in the last 2 decades, from Toy Story 1, 2, 3, to Princess and the Frog, to Frozen, to Monsters University, to Finding Nemo, to Cars 2, to Planes, to everything, he's had a hand in. And it's just an incredible journey where, like, they literally, create this whole story. They toss the entire idea because, for whatever reason, it's not working. And it's so incredible because you think that these films come out immediately polished, but it's a lot of work behind the scenes. And guess what? He meditates, and he attributes meditation to, guess what? His creativity. He attributes meditation to helping him clear his mind and unleash his creativity and imagination. And guess what? Russell Simmons, who is in a completely different field, music, hip-hop, he said the exact same thing. He said that through meditation, it has allowed you to go to such a place of, calmness, almost like the, he describes it as, the hidden section of a iceberg where he has seen so much creativity unleashed through meditation and has attributed that to his music and created tremendous music from that. So I'm just like, wow, that's incredible. And so the story doesn't end there. Maybe a couple months later, I find out about another incredible person, Ray Dalio. So I'm on YouTube, I'm watching videos of successful people. There's this great channel called Evan Carmichael. It's a man, and he has this whole team, and they compile advice from very successful individuals. One of those people is, guess what? Guess who? Ray Dalio. This man is one of the legends of managing money, and he has an incredible investing record that is many, many years long, like 30 or 40 years long, and he's worth billions of dollars, and he understands money and economics far beyond any, you know, normal person can, far beyond even a very intelligent financial person could. And, you know, guess what? Lo and behold, he starts talking about meditation and how he attributes it as his number one investment and how he's done it for 40 years and it's worth every second he spent on it, and how it is the number one thing that has led to his success. And then he goes on and on talking about how it clears his mind, keeps him in focus, and most importantly, helps him be super creative. It unleashes so many creative ideas that he wouldn't have if it wasn't for meditation. And I'm just like, whoa, that's incredible. Because guess what? Like, first off, why do you need creative ideas when you're doing financial stuff? I guess everything needs a certain level of creativity to just like try new things. Maybe, you know, your team isn't the best, so you want to try new team structure, employee structure. I don't know. But the point is, you know, he attributed this the same thing, and I'm just like, wow, that's just what these other guys said. And here we have a person who probably doesn't know who Russell Simmons is, or you know, they probably don't know who the president of Pixar is. In fact, I'm almost sure that they don't, because Ray Dalio, like, he literally spends 9 hours a day managing this billion-dollar company with, you know, thousands of staff. Like, he has no time to be meeting these crazy people in the hip-hop industry or in the animation industry. So I'm just like, wow, these people, you know, on their own, they have discovered the same thing through meditation. And it, you know, it goes back to other videos I've heard of where it's been mentioned, from Jessica Alba to Adam Levine to who else has mentioned something? Tony Robbins meditates. And so, you know, I don't need to go further. This is of great use. And I think anyone watching this video till now, first off, it means that you're serious about this. You are, you know, you're willing to listen. You have an open mind. And because of that, second off, you're very fortunate because, you know, you have me providing all this free value for you, making this free video to you, and inspiring you, and telling you this little secret that most people will never even hear about. And this is just one of the many things that can put you ahead of the curve if you want to succeed in life. And I find that incredible. And I hope you do too. I hope you take it to heart. Maybe use it. Maybe test it out. Try it out. Meditation, you know, as Russell Simmons says in the book, some of this stuff, you know, you may seem short-term results very quickly. Other things, you know, it will take a longer amount of time to see any results with. And if you're starting out, if you can just do 2 minutes, 5 minutes, that's incredible. As far as how to meditate, there's plenty of tutorials online that you can search up yourself if you're interested. And I find this all incredible. You know, I came from a place 6 months ago, didn't really care about it. Maybe it was more than 6 months, but it was around that time period. And this is just incredible. So I hope you use it. It's, you know, worth considering. And this is going to be how you keep an edge on your competition. I truly think that whether you're an athlete or a artist or something else, this is of use to you. It will help you focus, it will sharpen your brain, and it will keep you, creative and fresh. So try it out. And one last thing, I mentioned to a few people that were just average individuals that I meditated. And, I told them a bit about my routine and my, morning routine and so forth. And guess what? It just seemed that they really just thought I was like this crazy, weird hermit guy who meditated, which was so far from the truth. And, it frustrates me because despite any convincing, I'm sure these people they wouldn't have bothered to listen to me or even try it. And, some of these people, that's just what's going to happen sometimes, some of these people, like it or not, just, they care about other things, normal average people things. Oh, I want to go shopping. Oh, I want to watch this TV show. Oh, I want to do this and that. And that's fine. Some people, they're just like that. They've been a bit brainwashed by how America is, and it just seems like that's how a lot of people are. They only care about buying the latest iPhone, watching this show, going to bars. And that's all fun and fine and dandy. I'm not someone who's a hater or against that. But, I think anyone who's watched this video up until now is very fortunate and in that 1% of people who has that open mind. And not only that, but is willing to use that and do something greater with it and take these tools to achieve success. So, there's a lot of barriers to success. And by watching this video until now, I think you've proven that you're in that group who has, at the very least, overcome certain barriers that they have in themselves that other people are unwilling to overcome in order to achieve success. Some people, they're just not motivated. They don't have the need to. And it frustrates me because it goes back to that moment where I told people that I meditated, and there's this one person in particular I told I don't think at all understood it, and it was just completely, this person was in a completely different world. Oh yeah, I do this, I have a simple job, 9 to 5, and I kind of like the job, and yeah, in my free time I go out. And that's fine for most people. That's what the average person will do. But if you want to be great, if you want to be amazing, if you want to change the world, if you want to have success, you have to learn about it, have an open mind, and take action. And some people, like this individual, was, it just seemed like they were unwilling to even do that, any of that. So congrats to you, and thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, go ahead and leave me a comment somewhere and just let me know, what you think about this. Will you start meditating in the future? If you do, say, I promise you I will begin meditating. Now, I'm doing this for your own good. And so, accountability is great. So I'm going to be your accountability partner. You type somewhere in some comment in one of my videos or somewhere that you will do this and say, I will start meditating, and just try it out. 1 minute. 1 minute a day. That's all I'd ask. And I guarantee you, for your own good, you will see the results of this, and it will help improve your life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.